New at 6, we are learning that a Cutlerville man has confessed to embezzling nearly $80,000 from the parent-teacher organization where his own kids attended school.
This is the biggest of a series of embezzlements we've told you about over the last few years. And 24-hour News 8's Barton Dieters was in court today for the sentencing of one embezzler and tells us why these groups seem so vulnerable. Barton?
Well, Sue, over a decade, Douglas Barrow did the job it seemed nobody else really wanted to do. The treasurer for the Walker Charter Academy PTO. And over the course of 10 years, Barrow managed to rip off more than $79,000, PTO organizers told me today. It's a betrayal of trust that is just far too common.
Mr. Barrow, is there anything you'd like to say about the pre-sentence report or any other matter that's important to you that you think I should know before sentence is passed?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing?
No, Your Honor.
By all accounts, Douglas Barrow was everything a school could ask for from a parent volunteer. He was a fixture at the school, ready to help where and when he was needed.
It was very difficult to decide to press charges against a parent whose son is friends with my son.
Barrow had 2 children at the school, but over the last 2 years has gone through a lengthy divorce and now lives in a mobile home park off South Division Avenue.
This was his community that he had built trust up in, and he took advantage of that.
Barrow managed to stay out of jail by paying back the money he took in a deal with the prosecution. Today, he brought a check for more than $36,000 to court.
Many of the staff at the school know him. They were his friend, and he broke that trust.
It's a painful thing for all of us.
Barrow's crime is nothing new. A couple years ago, Shannon Marie Rosales confessed to taking $21,000 from a Rockford school parent organization where she was the treasurer. In Muskegon in 2015, Jordan and Nicole Lockhart spent time in jail for embezzling more than $40,000 from a Mona Shores Elementary School PTO where she kept the books. We talked to Wyoming forensic accountant Guy Heastand about how this happens.
I think people tend to be honest. They just get caught and they think they can work their way out of it.
Most often things start small with every intention of repaying the money.
So if you don't have the money, well, I'll put it off to the next month. I'll catch up, and they don't catch up.
The problem usually comes where one person is in charge of every aspect of the money tracking.
Checks and balances, divide the duties up. And you just have to keep your eyes open.
National PTO group PTO Today has suggestions for avoiding problems. They include things like not using credit cards, requiring 2 signatures on all checks, and regularly having the entire board review bank statements. But in the end, these organizations require trust, and trust can be fragile.
Yeah,
right.
It seems like you've got to have some checks in place, even if it's a PTO or a church or what organization it might be.
Somebody's got to be watching because this really affects the kids in a real way. I mean, it's field trips, it's technology that goes in the schools that they're just not getting it.
It's a lot of things, yeah.
Thanks, Barton.